Hello. So I am live. However, first and foremost, we're going to hang out for a while, see who comes in. Let me see if I can get my person on here with me. My friend James is supposed to be joining me. So let's see if we can get James to show up and show out. Ooh. So in the meantime, I am going to hang out and see how many people we can get in here. Because I had it all set up, but this is my first time using StreamYard to actually put me on camera. And I thought I could. Anyway, I'm using the free plan. And using the free plan, okay, I just sent my friend a message. Send. Okay, I just sent my friend James a message. Um, I also wanted to share my name. First of all, my name is Rhonda Gibson, and no one's in yet. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come in. That means I lost everything. Notes. I lost everything. I had everything written down. Come in. Come in. Come in. Please come in. Come in. Come in. Who is Come in, come in, come in, come in, come in, come in. Come in, come in, come in. We're just hanging out until we can get some people in here. Might as well put my notes back up. Shit, I can't believe I lost all that. But I have them written down. Where are my notes? Hopefully we get some people in. Come in, come in, come in, come in, come in, come in, come in. We're going to hold it until we get somebody in here. This is not good. Come on, guys. Come in, come in, come in. Oh. Three guests. Hello. So we do have someone in. Okay. We have one person in. I am hoping that more people come in. I want to give it, what time is it? 7:08. Since I had lost my original feed, we have a new feed up. I have learned that, what am I learning? I learned that using the free StreamYard only allows me to use one live stream destination. So I chose my Facebook. So after I finish this on Facebook, I'll just move it all over the place. I'll move it to YouTube, and I will move it to Instagram and fan base and uh all the other ones, because we know there are a lot. Okay. My reasoning for being here today is, let me create a banner. Hey, James, add to the stage. Hello, darling. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I came in. I'm sitting here in the sauna.
Oh, you
So I will
sitting
let
in.
you know I'll probably be on maybe in about another 15 minutes or so.
Okay, okay, I'm here. No one's in here, dude. I mean, I found out using I thought that I could bring up all my social media. I can't because I'm using the free version. So I put it on my Facebook, and then we'll just transfer from the place to place. Oh, I see. Look at you. Don't you look? So you finally get to see me.
Yeah, yeah, fine. Same here, right?
Yes. How are
Same
you,
here.
my dear? Actually, the original one that I was in, I messed it up and I had to restart. I had all my notes and everything, so all of that is gone. But
Okay.
I was going to put up a banner. Who is? You know what? we just going to talk about it. Let's just talk. Cuz like what for those who are now on, what the conversation is, we are talking about Paul Birdsong and the Black Panthers, the Philadelphia chapter. I am in a very unique position because when I first saw Mr. Birdsong, I was trying to recall him, trying to recall where I've if I've ever seen him anywhere. And then I started thinking about my colleagues. And I'm like, I don't have any recollection of him. And then I'm wondering and I'm waiting for my colleagues to respond on whether they may have a recollection of him. But then I realized I am in a very unique position, James. My position is I am a booking producer. I book talent for shows. And this has been my job for the last 17 years in Philadelphia, working with the Black community. I am in connection with the who's who of Philadelphia, just about all the positive Black organizations I have booked, I have talked to. I mean, so Paul if Paul Birdsong and the Philadelphia chapter of the Black Panthers existed, if anybody would know, it would be me. And one of the main reasons people it would be me is because anybody who knows me knows that I have a very revolutionary type mindset. And I'm all about do for self because I was raised in one of the oldest Black communities in the United States, and we did for self. So I'm always looking for groups and organizations to bring on that I can highlight or bring on to help our people better themselves. So I can tell you without a doubt, and I am saying this, and I'm not saying allegedly, Paul Birdsong and the Philadelphia chapter of the Panthers, that is not real. He is a fake. And I'm not saying allegedly, I'm putting it out there, and what I'm gonna do is, well, first let's have James talk, because I had asked James, James, you grew up in Philadelphia, right? Or talk to me.
Yes. Hold on a second.
Oh, James is in the sauna, y'all. He at the gym.
I'm in the sauna. That just came out. Um, yes, I grew up in West Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Philadelphia, born and raised,
Mm-hmm.
and I never heard of this brother either. Um, but I would like to know who he is.
Right.
Uh, I don't want to be too inappropriate because I am in the men's locker room.
Yes.
Um, but I will speak for a few, and then I should be headed out.
Yes, and then
So,
join me later. Yes.
and I'll join you. Yeah, I'll join you later.
Okay.
But yes,
Okay.
again, this is not a shot or anything to Brother Birdsong, but he needs to make himself known who he really is, and you know, let us know who he really is and where he comes from and who
Mm-hmm.
he's a part of. Because I never heard of him. I'm going on 52 years old, so I never heard of him.
Never ever heard of him.
Yeah.
And I am going to present some evidence. Basically, I'm going to present the information I have, and I'll let everybody else determine whether it's accurate or whether it's enough proof. Because I know there's people out there that say, well, maybe you just didn't book him. But explaining booking is part of what I do. I am actually a multimedia producer. I've worked in television, I've worked in radio, I've worked plays, I've set up organizations. For 30 years I've been doing this. And the last 17 in Philadelphia, I've been working with the FBA community and the who's who of Black Philadelphia.
Mhm.
This is now booking. I do this every week, every day. This is what I constantly do. So if there was a Black Panther party, I would have known about it. I would have known about it for several reasons. And I will get into the evidence. And let's start with from the from the year of 2008 to 2022. I did our talk show at for Philadelphia County's local what is it called, public access station, Philly Cam. The show I did was a show for the community. It was a show to allow the community to connect with the people who are in the room so they could get things accomplished. Now, I did that for 12 years. And each show, and I am actually shorting myself. But for each show, I had at least 3 guests. I did 12 shows a year for 12 years. That gives me 432 people that I actually booked for the show. But like I said, I'm shorting myself because I've had way more than 3 people on each show. Plus, I have I've had full audiences for all those shows. Well, maybe not full. They weren't full, but I've had audience for all those shows. And then beyond that, I'm thinking about all the people that I didn't book, all the people that I contacted and I couldn't get on the show. I am going to leave a link. The show is called Like It Is. Like I said, it ran for 12 years. It won 2 awards in Philadelphia, and it was a community talk show giving the residents power and a voice. So I'm going to leave a link to that for anyone who wants to go look at it. You will see all the guests I had, and that will let you know for 12 years, I'm booking guests for this one particular show. Never once could I find the Black Panther Party. Never once did I encounter Paul Birdsong. Never once did the individuals that I did interview I had hosts that were on the show that told stories about their situations on the show. No one ever mentioned the Philadelphia Black Panther Party being in the mix or Paul Birdsong. And this was from 2008 to 2022. Okay. That's the
I'm
first.
sorry. Give me like 20 minutes. I'll be right back on.
Oh, sure. Okay, sure. Pop out, pop on back. I'll just keep
Okay.
talking.
I'll be back in
Okay.
and be
Now,
a bit
so,
more appropriate.
okay, great,
Uh,
great. He going to go get cute, y'all. Okay. Now, right now, it's just me. So I'm going to continue. Okay. So that was from 2028. That was from 2008 to 2022. I booked guests for a show that aired once a month. I had at least 3 guests on every show. So I did this for 12 years. And at no time that my talent, the guests I booked, or the people that I chatted with and came in contact with, no acknowledgement of Paul Birdsong or Black Panther movement in Philadelphia. Now, let's move on to the next one. Like I said, I am in a very unique position. A lot of my colleagues aren't, because a lot of my colleagues aren't booking guests constantly. This is one of the things this is like one of my specialties, booking guests. So, like I said, Like It Is, my show, my talk show, an hour-long show. I produced this show for 12 years, once a month, and I booked guests. I will leave a link for you below so you can even go and check it out if you want to verify. Really, I literally, in all honesty, I can't say yay or nay in the sense of me interacting with him at all. But what I do, I would have ran into Paul Birdsong, and I would have ran into the Black Panther Party. The next thing I'm going to talk about is uh, Juneteenth. In 2018, I was hired to produce the Juneteenth parade for the Philadelphia Juneteenth family, which included Kofi Asante, executive producer. And other members included Stanley Clark, uh, um, David. Why am I losing it? Photo guy, Dave from WRD, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal. I mean, it was just the who's who. Kenny Gamble. It was the who's who of Philadelphia. And it was ran on Channel 6 ABC. I not only wrote the script for the parade, I put together the parade lineup. So I can guarantee you there was no Black Panther Party in Philadelphia in 2018. And there was no Paul Birdsong, not for a Black Panther Party in Philadelphia, because the script that and the participants, I had exactly 50 groups and organizations that I contacted for the parade. They all said yes. The script was basically a chronological order of FBAs from slavery to the present, our growth, our strengths, what we did to secure ourselves in this country. And I looked for a Black Panther Party. And when I say I had history, I had history. I looked for the Black Panther Party because I wanted to invite them to be a part of the parade lineup. In 2018, there was no Black Panther Party Philadelphia chapter. Not in that city, not in our city. I know Paul Birdsong. I went on a hunt for that parade for Juneteenth. Furthermore, the people that I worked with, if it was a Philadelphia Black Panther a chapter here, don't you think they would be involved with all these affluent African Americans, affluent FBAs in this city that's making things happen for the residents and for our people? No, no Paul Birdsong, no Black Panther chapter in Philadelphia in 2018. Currently, I produce, I'd say, 10 to 13 shows a week. I don't book them all, but I am in contact with all of the talent that is booked for the shows. And if we just say, let's just say 10 shows, let's just break it down to 10 shows. Okay, so we got 10 shows a week. That means 10 guests a week. That means 40 guests a month. That means for 12 months, 480 guests. I've been working there for 4 years. That is a total of 1,920 guests that I have interacted with or booked in the last 4 years, from 22 to the present. And those are just the people I booked. Or, like I said, I was in contact with who had been booked. No Black Panthers, no Paul Birdsong. I do a show with you young people. And the show that I did with young people, teenagers from the city, we would have people on and we talk about issues that they were going through. And one of the issues we were talking about was the gun violence, how their generation saw the gun violence and how they dealt with the gun violence, the whole nine. And see, it was a show for young people and a show for adults. It's called The Art, where we connect the elders and the youth. And the show, the first hour, we have a gentleman named Nasheed, and he's an elder, and basically he talks about the village, and he tells a story. And then in the second hour, we have the kids. We have, well, I call kids, but we have young people. We have the teens, and then we had a younger group. And like I said, we were talking about gun violence. And one of the comments that a guest, or I'm not sure whether it was a guest or whether it was one of the show hosts, or even if it was one of us, and we were talking about how there used to be a code in the streets where no children, no seniors, no women, basically you went after the people that caused you problems. And we also talked about the protectors of the streets, the the Fruit of Islam, and the Black Panthers. And when we mentioned the Black Panthers, one of my young people, I had two young people at the time. I had Kamari. Well, I wouldn't call them young. They were graduating from high school. I had Kamari and I have Jalen. And when we mentioned the Black Panthers, they were like, "Oh, the movie?" And I was like, "Oh, you're not talking about the Black Panther movie?" And they're like, "No, the movie Panther." They was like, it was about the I was like, "Yeah." I said, "But that's not a movie. We're talking about the actual people." They're like, "Oh." So needless to say, once that show was over, I purposely went looking for, and this was in 2023. I purposely went looking through everything. Google, Facebook. I mean, I just was everywhere. When I'm searching for guests and booking talent, I am everywhere. And I went on a hunt for the Black Panther Party. No Black Panther Party. Not in Philadelphia. No one to call for the Black Panther Party. Because I also book talent from out of state. You know, when there was an issue in Ohio with the Nazis walking through that historical Black community, and they set up protection for their people. I actually had the gentleman in charge of that on the show, on one of my shows, to talk about that issue. So I book guests from all around the country. It's not just people in Philadelphia. And on every occasion that I have made an attempt to book Black Panthers, where I have went on a search for Black Panther Party. See, because I didn't even know that the Black Panther Party was no longer operational. Because when you look at YouTube, you see all these little groups calling themselves the Black Panther Party all over, throughout the country. So I really didn't have a clue until Mr. Birdsong, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Stirred up all the dust, so to speak. So once that happened, and the actual representatives of the actual Black Panther Party, when they came out with their statements, and they let us know that the Black Panther Party had been disbanded, and then right then and there, I'm like, okay, so now I understand why I could never find the Black Panther Party. Okay, so now that is my proof. Like I said, I will leave a link to my Like It Is page, where the show ran. I have all the videos on YouTube. Um, but mine is not hearsay. It's not, I think. I can tell you with clarity that I have never, in the last 17 years of booking guests, of interacting with different organizations in the city, interacting with different different people in the city. Paul Birdsong and his Black Panther Party was not in anyone's mouth or on anyone's radar. I mean, and even if we want to go a step further, there have been issues in the city where you would expect the Black Panther Party to be, and they weren't there. And it was never mentioned to me that they were there. They weren't even mentioned in passing. And I'll give you one that was very well known, and it was called Taking Back the Block. And it was ran by Stop the Violence and brother Jamal Johnson. Now, this went on for months, where at 10 o'clock at night, groups of people would gather together and they would go in neighborhoods that were violent, and they'd hang out there to keep the neighborhood safe. And anybody could show up, anybody could get involved. Brother Jamal and I had weekly meetings. He had a weekly segment on one of my shows where he would update us on the progress of the group. And not once did he ever mention the Black Panther Party or Paul Birdsong. Now, if they're in the city protecting the people like they say they are, they would have been there. And they weren't. Not one day, not 2 days, not at all. There was no mention, no sight, no sound of the Black Panther Party or Paul Birdsong. Let's take another instance. Since they're international and they fight for everybody, he said they stand up for everybody, right? What about when the Asian kids were getting bullied in school? That was a huge thing in Philadelphia. And there were groups that would be there, outside to protect the kids. No Black Panthers, no Paul Birdsong, not even a mention of them. Let's talk about the school violence. Kids leaving school, shots are being fired. That was an issue too. People being shot at after they left school. That was an issue in Philadelphia at a point. And there were people and groups out there that would go out there to make sure the kids got home safe. No Black Panthers and no Paul Birdsong. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Perhaps, he's just the person that just was under my radar. I don't know how. Because anybody who knows me can tell you I am all about revolution. I'm all about teaching revolution. And the Black Panthers would have been my best friends. Every chance I got, I would have had them on a show. I would have had them as guests somewhere on one of the shows that I produced. The Black Panther Party and Paul Birdsong would have been there if they existed. Also, I'm just looking over things, and what I'm doing at this point is I'm just going over issues that have happened in Philadelphia where you would expect the Black Panther Party and Mr. Paul Birdsong. So, organizations that feed people, organizations that go out and help families after tragedies. Philadelphia is organizations that are helping teach technology. Listen to me. There are so many organizations in Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is Black. The majority is black. Okay? I have in my 30 years, with the last 17 working directly with the FBAs and black immigrants, the people of color in Philadelphia, have never encountered Paul Birdsong or the Black Panther Party Philadelphia chapter. They haven't existed. As a matter of fact, you could figure that one out yourselves. All these protests in Philadelphia, how many of them were they at? They showed up at the last one when he popped up out of nowhere. And even the video where he popped up out of nowhere, to me, in my professional opinion, it looks staged. First of all, you don't have people hanging out on the streets of Philadelphia with long guns, semi-automatics. They're not hanging out on the corners in the neighborhoods like that. And that's how the video starts. Him and his peoples, they hanging out, or we're protecting people. It's just three of you. And out of nowhere, police pull up. They go back and forth with the police. The police get in the car. They leave. Another cop, they leave. He's calling them pigs and stuff like that. You ain't get my ID. And that's my first encounter with him on that video. And like I said, my professional opinion, it looks staged. Then the next time we see him, this is when he's standing in front of the projects. I don't know where he was. And that's when he was talking about the white lady that died and introducing themselves as the Black Panther Party. Me personally, I titled them the White Tiger Party. Hard to find when blacks are being brutalized, but always ready to save a hoe when a white woman is a damsel in distress. Because that's the way it seemed. I didn't see him outside when black people were being murdered. I didn't see them taking a stand in these protests. Black Lives Matter protests. Did you see Black Panthers in the Black Lives Matter protests? Did you see them standing with the black people who were murdered? Did you hear him say their names? Did you hear him run outside with them? No, he wasn't there. The reason I'm doing this is because what I am seeing, to me, what I see, like I see into, I don't look at right now. When I see things happening, I think about what that is going to do for the future. And the minute Paul made those threats about ICE and those 9 FBAs got all excited, they made a propaganda video, and the propaganda video, the Paul's like, the authorities should be mad at the people, should be scared of the people. The people should have the power. And in the propaganda video, they're acting like Paul is teaching white people how to use guns. The white people are there, oh yeah, we can get guns. We can protect ourselves. They've always known they could have guns and they can protect themselves. That is their biggest thing. We can't get rid of our guns in case we have a tyrannical government. You have a tyrannical government. Why are you standing out there blowing whistles and chanting while they're beating the hell out of you? And what did Paul say or do that you can't say or do out there during the protests? As a matter of fact, the things Paul said weren't viewed in a positive light by any of the FBA organizations. He basically put a target on his back. And he put a target on any of our backs who go out there. And that's why we're not going out there. We're not coming out there with you. We don't even know why you need us out there. It can't be for numbers because you're not fighting. Do you need us out there to blow whistles? I mean, really, I truly want to know why non FBAs are trying to get us outside. You know, it's dangerous for us to go outside. As a matter of fact, in the beginning, you were saying, Blacks, stay in the house. We'll put our bodies on the line for you. You won't even put your bodies on the line for yourselves. Yeah, this started about Paul and the Black Panthers, but we might as well go through it. I don't know who's watching, who's not watching, but we might as well go through it. You're not even putting your bodies on the lines for yourselves. You're waiting for other people to come save you. If it's not Europeans and their countries and you crying to, are you going to come save us? It's the FBAs. And in all honesty, we tried to save you. We tried to save you at the voting booth. But it seems like our intellect isn't important to you. Our intellect isn't something that you value. What you value are our bodies being put on the line to protect you and your rights. Everything that Paul did, you can do on your own. But I know one thing. After seeing that propaganda video, no, not one FBA should be outside in these protests. Because from that propaganda video, it looked like Paul was inciting a civil war and telling the white people how to incite a civil war. And although if a civil war jumps off, we're here and we know what it is. But centuries from now, when it's in the history books, all it's going to read is that the Black Panther Party started a civil war in America and destroyed the country. And no one will know the details. So I will not allow Paul to do that. I will not, because they have been trying to destroy and label the Black Panther Party as terrorist and negative. And there was nothing negative about the Black Panther Party. And I refuse to allow and I know I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. And if he got a problem with it, come talk to me. Come tell me, Paul, if you have a problem with me saying that you're a fake, because I'm going to say you're a fake. You're a setup. You're a psyop. And this just isn't for the foundational Black Americans. This is for all you liberals, all of you protesters out there. Don't fall for the okie doke, please. I know you're looking for your big Black messiahs to come out there and protect you from the bad men, but use some common sense. Especially the protesters in Philadelphia. You're in Philadelphia. When have you seen this guy outside with you? When have you seen his group outside with you? I don't know anyone who knows him. And like I said, I am in a unique position of booking guests and talent and interacting with organizations and people, the who's who of this city, as far as FBAs. And there has never been a Paul Birdsong, and there has never been the Black Panther Party Philadelphia chapter on my radar. And if it would have been on anybody's radar, it would have been on my radar. So that is why I can tell you with certainty that's a setup. Don't fall for the okie doke. James is back.
Yeah, I'm back.
James, yeah, booby. Ah! I just been sitting here talking about this dude, and I'm like, I'm explaining the situation on all the people that I have booked, and not just the people I have booked, the people I've been in contact with. Somebody would have mentioned this man's name somewhere. Would
Right,
you not
right.
agree?
I'm getting on the bus now, on in the back, so I'm gonna be sitting
Okay,
and
cool,
riding
cool,
the rest
cool.
of the way.
But we haven't had a lot of people, and I thought more people would come in because, as you can see, it's all over YouTube. Everybody's guessing about who this guy is. Oh, he's a fake. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. But they don't know for sure. I know for sure. This
Right.
guy has never been on the radar in Philadelphia with any of the who's who, with any of the events, all the events we have in the community, feeding
Mhm.
people,
Yeah.
all the kid events we have for the young people in the community.
Hmm. Nowhere to be
No,
found.
nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found.
And that's
So
why I say
go ahead.
he needs to identify himself. Again, for me, this is not a shot to Brother Birdsong. I'm sorry. But I mean, the jury is out, brother. You know what I'm saying? And you got to let us know who you are, because I mean, we had too many people that came through, that said that they were going to be leaders and this, that, and the third, and we've been failed tremendously. You know, um,
Mhm.
I mean, I can be a leader myself, so it's not. I don't really follow anyone to be, to be behind someone and then they're going to play games.
Right.
But again, as we discussed, my thing is, um, what he say the Black Panther Party was about. They wasn't about that.
Exactly.
And why are we, or why are they protecting illegal immigrants? You know,
Go ahead.
yeah. And it's funny that I was filling out an application, and they make those things clear about immigrants.
Right.
Are they legal? Legal in capital letters and bold letters. You
Okay.
know, why are you? Why are they worrying about protecting them? What about our people? That's what the Black Panther Party was about, protecting our people, and particularly, what I'm saying, against us being attacked. You know, why not
Mhm.
able to, instead of going out there and putting people at risk, why not be able to be one of those so-called leaders, to be able to go to, the political figures, and be able to talk to them about certain laws and
Mhm.
things, that will be in our favor, and not to be us to be attacked. Now, I can see if there was one thing where the immigrants have moved here, and they got legal citizenship and so on and so forth,
Mhm.
of to be here, and then they're being attacked, you know, uh, for no reason,
Mhm.
but still. But those that assisted, the areas or within, those were guardian angels. Those wasn't
Right.
Black Panther.
Right.
You know, and I'm old enough to know that. And then
Mhm.
I had a discussion with, one of my sisters earlier about that. Those were the brothers and sisters that wore the red berets, and that made went around in the areas and made sure that people were being attacked.
Mhm.
But why are you want to? I'm sorry. Can you hear me clearly?
Oh yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm getting texts from my favorite attorney. I don't know if he wants me to say his name, but he sent me a YouTube with about Paul Birdsong, whether he is a panther or a provocateur. I think he's a provocateur. I don't have a
Okay.
chance to read it, but yeah, Mike's
I
been
wasn't
sending me
thinking
this.
about it. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the provocateur. And, excuse me again, first I was in the sauna,
That's what my
and
when
now
we
I'm on the
first
bus.
talked.
Yeah.
When we first talked, I told you that was my issue because I think when I see things happening, I think about the future. And that's what I was talking about on here. How when he came out and the non FBA started losing their mind and being all happy, and he's threatening ICE. And then when I saw that propaganda video where it seemed like he was telling them to pick up guns and to defend themselves, the only thing I thought in my mind is, okay, this is going to cause a civil war. This is going to cause martial law. This is going to cause our country to collapse. And 100 years from now, in the history books, it's going to say the Black Panther Party caused the Civil War and destroyed America, which they have been trying to blame on the Black Panthers for being terrorists anyway, since they were first formed. So that was my reasoning for it, because we're not having that. We're not having that. And like I said, I am in a unique position. And I can tell you, in the last 17 years, there has been no Paul Birdsong. It's been no Paul Birdsong in my atmosphere. It's been no mentions of Paul. The only Birdsong I know is Cindy. I got another person who entered. Hello, welcome. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Hi,
Thank you.
welcome. You have a comment?
Just chiming in. My friend invited me, so I'm just chiming in here. Just seeing what
Chime
y'all
on
got
in.
going on.
Sister right there, she's I invited her, and she also can give a lot of insight on what's going on, and things that we talk about on the daily.
Okay.
Um, but there, I have other things to say, but I want to pass the mic over to her,
Taisha?
Taisha.
Taisha, the mic is yours, girl. Jump on, tell us, talk to us. Give it to us.
Talk to you about what's the topic of conversation?
The topic is Paul Birdsong and the Philadelphia chapter of the Black Panther Party. Have you ever heard of them? Have you ever seen them?
Yes,
You
I've seen
have.
them.
Okay.
I've seen them online.
When?
I saw them. I guess I started seeing them maybe a couple weeks ago.
I'm talking about prior to that. I'm talking about prior to that.
No, I never. No.
Are you from Philadelphia?
I'm from Philadelphia.
In your time in Philadelphia, in all the organizations, all the events we've had, have you ever seen Paul Birdsong or the Black Panthers Philadelphia chapter?
Back in the day, I used to see the brother King Samir. I used to see him and like a couple of folks that used to flow with him, but this other brother, he looks kind of young. Birdsong looks kind of young. But I've never seen him on the scene or anything like that.
Do you often see black men hanging out on the corners in the neighborhood with long guns and semi-automatic?
Oh, absolutely not.
Because that was my first encounter. Police car pull up, like I told everybody. In my professional opinion, it looked staged to me. Because you got 3 black men standing on the corner with long guns. Ain't nobody else is around, and this police car pulls up and starts asking for his ID, and he starts going off on a police officer, and then they leave. So everything just went out on me. I know y'all still there, but everything went out on my computer, but I know we're still here, so we can continue talking. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about. See, I have been working in the business, in the media, producing television, radio, the whole nine for 30 years in this city, in and around the city. And for the last 17, I've been working strictly with the FBA community. And in all that time, I have never booked him. I have never encountered anyone that I booked who knew him. I have never come across them, and I have gone in search of them because I actually produced the Juneteenth parade, and I actually came. So since I produced the parade, and I wrote the script for it, I was actually looking for the Black Panthers to be a part of the parade in 2018, and there were no Black Panthers. So I'm just here to tell it like it is, to give people the evidence, and to, basically put it out there and warn people, don't follow this man. Don't follow this man. First of all, you shouldn't follow man anyway, you follow God. But do not follow this man outside into these protests. Where was he? Like I said, I got a little joke. I call him the White Tiger Party. Hard to find when blacks are being brutalized, but ready to save a hoe when a white woman is a damsel in distress. Because the bottom line is, I have not seen them around when the black people are being brutalized. I didn't see them around with Breonna Taylor. I didn't see them around with all the Black Lives Matters. I didn't see them at all. So I am trying to find out, like, what is going on. We just need to call this dude out.
I'm.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I must admit, with me and my emotional self, sometimes I get excited when I see, the brothers standing up. I'm like, oh snap! But
yeah,
and then as I started to begin to, calm myself down and bring myself back to earth and and really look at it critically, like, yeah, we haven't seen him. This is a crazy time for them to be bringing them guns, on the street like that. And then when he was talking about the history of the Black Panther Party, and it's an international organization and we fight for it, like, no, that's not what that's not. So that's when I was like, okay, come on now. So, and one of my elders used to say, everything you see ain't what you're looking at.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So
every brother ain't a brother. That's for sure.
That's right.
All skin folk and kinfolk, definitely. But I just think I just wanted to get on here so I could warn people, because, like I said, most of my colleagues aren't in this position. They don't book people on a constant basis. But because I do, I know for a fact, and because I've been looking, there were two occasions where I specifically were looking for the Black Panthers, and none of them were around. So Paul Birdsong, as far as I know, that ain't real. The only Birdsong I know is Cindy Birdsong from the Supremes. And it's weird because people are going to connect him with his last name. They're going to be like, oh, well, I know a Birdsong. I know that name from somewhere. It's Cindy Birdsong. She used to sing she used to be a part of Diana Ross and the Supremes. She was from Camden, New Jersey. So that's where people in our area would know the last name Birdsong. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I didn't see him when there was that horrible thing that happened at the Eid. I didn't see him when the kids were on the school buses getting shot. I didn't see him when I didn't see him. I've never seen him. I don't know this dude. Okay. And if anybody else knows him, please come forward. Please prove me wrong. I want them to prove me wrong. I don't want to think we got another snitch in our midst that we got to take care of later. Or like James said, he'll just disappear.
Right in the winds. Once everybody start getting hurt and locked up and all that other, he's going to disappear in the winds. Exactly. Because he never should have been here in the first place. If he ain't got no good intentions, then you need to go, bro. That's it.
And even his group. Do you see his group? They're not black. The whole group of his Black Panthers, they're all different colors.
That's why they're the new Black Panther Party.
How do you become a new Black Panther Party. Don't you have
New
to get
Black
permission? Don't you have to get permission from the old Black Panther Party?
to be the new Black, yeah, or the young Black Panther Party. However, whatever, but he hasn't made himself known, and like I said, until he step up and prove himself who he really are, you know, it's not a shot to you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I'm tired of these people coming in and infiltrating and acting like they're for our people, you know, and using some of the great history, I'm saying, that we have created. Like I said, the ones that used to protect the communities, and me and Taisha talked about this earlier, was, excuse me, I'm on this bus, was the guardian angels.
Okay.
Those
So,
were the people that protected, you know, any and everybody.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Not the Black Panthers. That was not Huey P. Newton's message.
right, right. And I noticed I have to bring this up because like I said, I had posted making fun of him, and someone jumped on there, and they was like, "Yeah, and his mom's white," and I laughed because what they don't, I guess the person didn't know, Huey's mom was white too. Huey's mom was also white. Okay. And then they find out that his family's from the Caribbean. So he's basically a tether. See, I don't know how much of this is true. What I do know is that I can say without a doubt, no, not in my stratosphere in the last 17 years. But where he came from, I don't know. Who his people are, I don't know. How long he's been here, I don't know. And like you said, he needs to come and sit down with me, or maybe on one of the shows that I produce. I'm not even going to say the station because I don't want to bring anything to them. This is me personally, my personal opinion. This is Rhonda Gibson Pfeiffer's personal opinion. This has nothing to do with who I work with or who I work for. So that is why I'm not mentioning any of the stations or anything or any of my shows. So if anybody, I think we ran our course. I got another message from my favorite attorney. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is still the link to the YouTube video, which I'm going to watch. I think I'll do a follow up, and by it's Tuesday. I think I'm going to do a follow up on Monday. If you guys want to join me, if maybe you want to if you want to continue to ask around to the people or people in your area, just like putting the feelers out there, and maybe we'll get something else, or maybe we'll hear from Paul. Hey, Paul, holler at your girl, Rhonda Gibson Pfeiffer, Facebook. Holla. I would love to have you on one of my shows so you can come out and you can explain to us where you've been, how long your chapter's been in effect, and why I've never encountered you. And I'm not saying I'm the person who has to encounter you, but when you're booking people for 17 years, specifically Black people and Black organizations in the city of Philadelphia, it's kind of odd that you have never been in my earshot of me. So I thank you, James, for joining us. And thank you, Taisha, for joining us. And does anyone else have anything else to say? You want to warn our people not to follow him or stay in the house?
Well, I'll say ladies first. If you want something to say, Taisha, I'll
Yeah,
follow up on you.
thank you. Yeah, just keep your eyes open, stay vigilant, and use your head. Use your head and watch your back. Because
Yeah.
it's a lot of different things, and COINTELPRO was a real thing. You know what
Yes,
I
it
mean?
was.
So we've seen time and time again how organizations have been created, have been infiltrated, and all that sort of thing. So stay vigilant. Thank you.
Thank you. James?
I will say that you know, I may have some pretty solid sources, or we may have some pretty solid sources to where I can start asking around, as an individual. And it's kind of like putting your ear to the streets. I'll find out something.
Oh,
Believe
yeah.
believe that. So, and like I said, we ain't got time for nobody. We want, as melanated people, we want to be able to enjoy, not always have to fight, and not always have to be, under, under distress. And again, these so-called leaders or fake leaders coming in and starting trouble. You know what I mean? We want to finally be able to, be able to see the other side of that, and that's the peaceful side, and that's the, enjoyment side of things. So,
Which
yeah,
we're
I
doing
will
right
find
now. This
which we're
vacation is
doing.
this vacation is beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I will find out something. I'll get more information. You said Monday. Well, I was
Yes,
talking to you
Monday.
anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
be talking to me anyway. Yeah, Monday. For the 4, 3, 4, 5 people that's been in, please share this and let them know Monday we'll be doing a follow up. My final thoughts. My final thought is, first of all, Paul, you're not coming. You're not going to come rep Philly and mess us up and make Philly look bad. Okay, we don't play that. Like the sheriff said, you don't want this smoke. I love the sheriff. You really don't want this smoke, Paul.
I don't
Philly
want to
don't
know.
play that. Okay. Now
Absolutely.
you have an opportunity to let us know who you are. I mean, like I said, this my Facebook page. All you gotta do is drop me a message. We can set something up. We want to give you the opportunity to let us know who you are, how you came about, how long you've been in Philly, how long your organization, the whole nine, so that we know that we can trust you. Because
Yep.
right now, we don't trust you because you're a ghost. You just came out of thin air. And the first thing you want to do is tell us to go protect a white woman. Okay, so you got to understand how we're feeling right about now. You're sending our people into danger to protect non-FBAs. So if you're really legit, you'll give us a ring, give me a ring. Once again, my Facebook page is Rhonda Gibson Pfeiffer. I'm not going to give you my phone number, but you can definitely get me on Facebook. You can message me. And I know you have a Facebook page because I looked it up. And you guys do now have a Facebook page. You didn't have a Facebook page last year, but you got one now. Okay. So, like I said, holla at your girl. Let's work this out. We can bring you on. We can talk about it. You can let us know who you are, how you got involved in this, and what you want to get out of this, and why you feel the need to protect everybody when everybody don't feel the need to protect us. So those are my final thoughts. Anybody got anything else to say before we get off of here?
All I'm going to say is, what's your true intentions, brother?
Exactly. What are your true intentions? Well, hopefully we'll hear from Paul. I'll reach out to Paul. So hopefully we'll hear from Paul and we can, but on Monday, I will do a follow-up, even if I'm only on here for 5 minutes, about how far I've gotten with reaching out to Paul and getting this straightened out. Thank you both for helping me and appearing on here, because I am not a host. I am not an in front of the camera person. So this is definitely a new thing for me. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody,
You
for
too.
tuning in. Ta-ta.
Peace.
That's how. Peace.